Hey beautiful people, welcome to our channel. Today we're going to be showing you how to make a frontal wig. This video will be detailed, so make sure you don't skip through any parts of this video. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm starting with a 23-inch wig canvas and a large wig cap. Both can be found on Amazon. As you'll notice, I'm pulling those wig straps forward to keep them out of the way. I'm also going to pull the cap down and I'm going to pin it on the back and on the sides. You want to make sure the edge of the cap is not too far forward and not too far back. That way the wig will fit properly. On the next part of the video, you'll notice that I've taken a frontal and I've pinned it down in the front. If you've pinned it down correctly, the lace will be in a M shape. This tip I got on one of Erica J's old videos from a couple of years ago, and this part is very important, so make sure the front of your lace has that M shape or your frontal wig may not fit properly. Sorry guys, I thought the video was recording when I was pinning down the front, but it wasn't. The next part of the video, I'm pinning down the back of the frontal. I'm using about 3 pins. These push pins can be found on Amazon. I'm going to place one in the middle and one on each side. Then I'm going to pin that frontal out of the way. Now I'm preparing the cap for track placement. The first line I'm going to draw at the bottom part of the cap at the midpoint section. From there, I'm going to leave about a 1-inch gap in between each line. After I make the guides for the lines, I'm going to extend the lines to the end of the cap. It may be hard to tell in this video, but I'm actually going to curve the lines slightly upward once I reach the end of the cap. I'm going to continue the same process until I reach the top of the canvas head. This spacing will allow you to fit exactly 3 bundles on the wig. If you want to fit more bundles, then you would make the lines closer. In this part of the video, I'm going to show you how to sew down the frontal. It's best to start in the middle of the frontal and then sew both sides down. You also want to make sure that you loop the thread within itself to create small knots. That way you know the frontal is secure and it's going to be flat. You don't want to make the loops too far apart because then the frontal won't be as flat. Now that I've reached the end of the frontal, you'll notice that I'm going to sew backwards. This will ensure that the frontal won't come loose at the ends. Now I'm going to do the same exact thing on the other side. In this part of the video, I'm attaching the tracks to the cap. I've doubled my tracks, but if you're using 3 bundles, the first 2 rows should only be singled and not doubled. I'm actually going to use a little bit more than 3 bundles for this wig. Now I'm going to attach the tracks to the cap. I've doubled my tracks, but if you're only using 3 bundles, the first 2 rows should only be singled and not doubled. That way you won't run out of tracks. You'll notice that I'm pushing the needle in the cap first and then through the wefts, and then I'm pulling it through, but I'm looping it within itself. Also, you'll notice that the loops are not that far apart. They're about no more than 1 thumb width apart. That way the wig will be pretty secure and I don't have to worry about the tracks slipping. After I got the first few loops done, I've used a push pin to hold the end of the track. That way I can sew a lot faster and I don't have to worry about holding the track while I'm sewing it to the cap. Now that I'm at the end of the track, I'm going to actually cut the track before I cut the thread. That way I can actually use the thread to secure the end of the track, and then I can also use the thread to sew backwards. Sewing backwards again will keep the track from coming loose. Now I'm going to repeat the same process all the way through. Now that I'm at the top of the cap, I'm going to single the tracks instead of doubling them. That way, the top of the wig is nice and flat. Now that I'm finally done, the only thing left to do is cut the excess cap from underneath the frontal. I'll do that off camera. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.